Hello, and welcome to Carson's Cafe. We live in a society fueled by Java, and I am amazed how much bad coffee there is out there. So today, I'm going to show you how to use the Chemex Coffeemaker to make a really good cup of coffee. Now, in order to make that cup of coffee, you are going to need a few things. Besides obviously needing a Chemex Coffeemaker, you'll also need a paper Chemex coffee filter, 27 grams of freshly roasted whole coffee beans, a conical burr grinder, a water kettle to boil 800 milliliters of pure or filtered water, and a glass or ceramic cup to drink your coffee from. A food scale also comes in handy if you have one. So let's get started. The first thing we want to do is bring our water to a boil. Instead of using tap water, I recommend using pure or filtered water because tap water contains chemicals and can have a negative effect on the taste of your coffee. Our next step is to measure out 27 grams of whole coffee beans. If you don't have a scale, no worries, just measure out 1/3 of a cup and that should get you pretty close. Now that we have our coffee weighed out, it's time to grind our beans. You want to grind your beans to a medium grind, perhaps just a little bit finer than you would for a regular auto-drip coffee maker. Any other grind setting can affect the filtration rate, causing your coffee to either be too strong and bitter or too weak. Our water is finished boiling, so we are now ready to add our filter to the coffee maker. You want to open the coffee filter into a cone so that one side of the filter has 3 layers and the other only has 1. Now make sure you place the side with 3 layers towards the pouring spout. The groove acts as an air vent and allows air to escape from the lower portion of the coffee maker, letting the coffee filter at the proper rate. Now we need to pre-wet the filter and preheat the Chemex using about half of the water from your kettle. This helps to get rid of the paper taste from the filter and also prevents your coffee from immediately getting cooled down once you start the brewing process. Once the filter has been soaked, you can discard the water. Now it's time to add our freshly ground coffee to our filter. I try to pour the coffee grounds into the center of the filter and then shake the Chemex back and forth a bit to level out the coffee grinds. Once your coffee grinds have been added, go ahead and zero out your scale. We want our water to be around 200 degrees Fahrenheit, and the easiest way to guess when your water has reached that temperature is to wait about 45 seconds after you removed your kettle from the heat source. You want to start pouring the water very slowly into the center of the ground coffee, and pour just enough to wet them without causing them to float. This is an important step because it releases carbon dioxide and allows the grounds to bloom. If you're keeping an eye on your scale, you will probably want to stop somewhere around 100 grams. We're going to wait about 30 seconds before adding the additional water. Now that our grounds have bloomed, it's time to pour the rest of the water and allow the coffee to brew. Like before, you want to pour the water out slowly and make sure you keep the water level well below the top of the coffee maker. If you're using a scale, you'll want to stop pouring once you've added a total of 400 grams of water. Pouring slowly helps the coffee grinds to float instead of sink, which allows for maximum flavor extraction. Once all the water is filtered through and your coffee is done brewing, dispose of the spent grounds by lifting the filter out of the coffee maker. I recommend using a glass or ceramic cup to drink from, because like tap water, paper, plastic, metal, and styrofoam will all negatively affect the way your coffee ultimately tastes. And that's it! You are now ready to enjoy a perfect cup of coffee. Thank you for watching.